Hey everyone, it's Darvina with Darvina Plays with Scissors, and today I wanted to create a box using our Ghoulish Goodies stamp set. We're also going to be using some dies from some other die sets that we have, but I did want to focus on our Ghoulish Goodies stamp set today. So, with that, let's go ahead and put this aside, and I've got a piece of our gorgeous grape cardstock, and I've already cut it to 4.5 by 7.5 inches, and now we need to score it. So we just bring it over here to our score tool, and the long side, the 7.5 inch side, we're going to score it at 1 inch, which is right here, and then 3.5 inches, which is right here, and then again at 4.5 inches, which is right here, and then 7 inches right there. And then we'll go ahead and flip it to the 4.5 inch side, and we'll score it at 1 inch and 3.5 inches. So now we have our scored card. So now we want to go ahead and burnish all of those score lines. So I'm using my bone folder to just kind of run along the score lines. And this one, and then this one, and this one, just like that. So now we have all of our score lines are creased and burnished, I guess is the word. And now we just want to cut some of these score lines. And I'm just grabbing my notes because first things first, we want to cut these small edges right here because this is going to be the top of the box. So we just want to cut these off right here on both sides. Just like that. And then we want to notch these. So we're just cutting it in an angle to kind of give it a little notch right here. So now let's go ahead and let's cut all of these score lines right here. And we'll cut this last one down here. And then we want to go ahead and notch these small ones, just like we did at the top. We're just going to cut right along here at a diagonal to give it a little bit of a angle. And we're going to do the same thing down here. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this one we are going to cut in half, lengthwise. So we just want to cut it in half like this, and then we will go ahead and notch these just like we did everything else. Okay, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. First off, just going to cut along all of these score lines, and then make our little notches on each of the small ones. It just makes folding them in a lot easier. Just like that. And then again, we're just going to cut this along the middle lengthwise and then notch it as well. Just like that. So this is our box. So let me get rid of all these scraps first before we start gluing things down. So now I'm going to get my Stamp and Seal Plus. You know from past videos that sometimes this thing doesn't work very well for me, but it works really well with 3D projects like this when we're creating boxes and little treat packages like this. So it works perfect. We need the strength. So what we're going to do is, first things first, oh, you know what? I should grab my designer series paper that I have. This is from our Magic in This Night designer series paper we're using for Halloween. This actually, it's a little bit dark, but you can see it's the bats paper. It's on the other side of the black roses. So I wanted to use bats. So let me go ahead and put this on here first, so we don't have to worry about that later. And I want the bats pointed up. So just trying to give it a nice little border. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now that that's there, let's go ahead and we're going to add our adhesive to each one of the small tabs. And then we're going to start with this end first. And we just want to attach it together right here so that the edge of our bottom tab right here, our panel, is flush. And then we'll do the same thing with this side. And then this side, just like that. There we go. So there's our little box. And it closes just like that. So now I want to add some different embellishments. So we need to cut out some dies. So like I said earlier, we are going to be using some dies from different die sets. I'm going to use the bats from our Halloween magic dies. And then I also am going to use these circles from our Tasteful Label dies. So let's go ahead and start with the circles. So I'm going to cut one out of the black glitter design, or black glitter cardstock we have, and then another one out of this white. Actually, you know what? I need to stamp this first before I cut it out. So I will be stamping it with our stamps that are from the Ghoulish goodies. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the Ghoulish goodies. I chose the boo with the little spider. We don't have a lot of room on this little guy, so that's what I chose. So I'm grabbing my Stays On ink, my black. Let me pull out my stamp chamois before I actually ink it up so that I can easily clean it off. So we can just stamp it right here. just like that. And I do believe that it's still, oh, it's a little bit, no, that'll be good. That'll be just perfect. Oh, and of course I forgot to clean off my stamp. Oh, I got it. It's not too badly stained. So we'll put that aside, and then let's pull out our cut and emboss machine. And since our cardstock and our die cuts are so little, we can actually do both of these at the same time. So let me just position this, and then we'll put this one right here. This one's actually going to go behind the white one with our sentiment. Let me just run it through. Oops. So now we have our little sentiment, just like that. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and grab our bats from our, what was it again? Our Halloween Magic die set. So I will be cutting these out of our silver cardstock. So just like this. And now let's put that aside. Oh, here they are. There should be 3. Yep. There is 3. So let me get this out of the way. Now that we have our little embellishments cut out. Perfect. So now we can start assembling. So, first things first, what do I want to do? So I do want to use our mesh, our silver mesh trim, and I kind of want to put it behind our, yeah, just like that. And then with our sentiment. But should I pop it up? That's the question. Let's go ahead and let me put this up a little higher so you can see it. And let's go ahead and try to pop this up with some dimensionals. I'm just grabbing my dimensionals. So we just want to place it right there. And let's use our dimensionals and press them down. Okay. Let's just glue. Let's put some glue on the other side, like that. Oh, that one doesn't want to. It's very sticky. So, knowing that, let's take this off first. And then, ooh, I forgot to put this guy together. So I'm just using regular tape runner on this. And just trying to make it, trying to place it right in the middle. And then there we go. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to grab some glue dots and I want to put these bats, and as you can see I'm kind of bending their wings upward to kind of give them the illusion that they're flying around. So we'll put one right there. We'll put a second one, maybe right here. And then finally, gotta pop up these wings. Our last one we can put down here. Just like that. Okay, perfect. Now, our final touch, I just want to grab some iridescent pearls and just place one right there. Okay, this is not sticking. So hold on, let me see. There we go. Okay. And then we'll place this one. Maybe, nah, let's put it down here with that one. All right, so there we go. We have our little box and it fits perfectly a single Reese's. So we just pop this in here. I couldn't find any that had any kind of Halloween decorations, but if you find some, grab them because they work perfectly in this box. So now we just want to close it up just like that. There is our Halloween box. I hope you enjoy making it, and I will see you on the next video.